Welcome. I'm Jan Gavin, your host. You are listening to EduTalk podcast. I am pleased to be joined by Akram Ahmad, a student from IPB University. Welcome, Akram.
Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about how does technology impact the way people receive their education. First of all, let's see this picture first. You can see the students sit in rows and listen as the teacher speaks from a platform at the front of the room. Some of the kids look to be paying attention and have books open in front of them. And you can see again, several seem uninterested. Overall, it doesn't seem like an effective learning, does it? Do you have any thought, Akram?
Yeah, I agree, but today's classrooms don't appear all that different. You might see students using their laptops, tablets, or smartphones instead of books, and many of them probably open social media or games. In this scope, I would assert that technology has had little impact on schooling. However, technologies has significantly altered schooling in many ways. Technology, for instance, has substantially increased access to education. Books were hard to come by and only a few had access to education during the Middle Ages. To receive an education, people had to travel to educational institutions. Meanwhile, the internet today provides instant access to huge volumes of information. Books, music, photographs, and videos. Formal learning possibilities are also available online in all parts of the world. Thanks to technology, access to educational possibilities is now more widespread than ever.
I remember my parents told me that they need to go to library to get some information they needed. Haha, what an old good days. You said before, access to educational possibilities is now more widespread than ever. If we think it more and more, technology has increased communication and teamwork opportunities as well. In the past, classrooms have been somewhat solitary places where students could only collaborate with those in their own class or building. Modern technology makes it possible to communicate and work wherever people go. For example, if students want to know about how scientists work, they just need to follow the trip of a team of local scientists, reading their blog posts, viewing their images, emailing them questions, and even participating in a live video conference with them. Students who are following the same adventure in other classrooms in different states can discuss what they are learning with those students. Students can work together on group projects with the use of technological tools like wikis or Google.
Yep, the boundaries of the classrooms are no longer an impediment because technology has made it possible to learn, communicate, and collaborate in new ways. The roles of teachers and students also are starting to change as a result of technology. The teacher serves as the main source of information in the traditional classroom, and the students merely passively take it in. This sage on the stage paradigm of the teacher has been present in the education for a very long time and is still very much in use today. In many classrooms today, however, we observe the teacher's role shifting to that of a guide on the side as students take more responsibility for their own learning and use technology to gather pertinent information. This is due to the access of information and educational opportunities that technology has made possible. In order to support this new style of education, encourage greater contact and small group flow is necessary, and use technology as an enabler. Schools and colleges across the nation need to rethink learning environments.
Okay, then, we could agree that technology is a potential instrument that can assist and improve education in a variety of ways, from making it simpler for teachers to develop lesson plans to opening up new avenues for individual and group learning. A new era of education that can take place whenever and wherever is emerging thanks to the internet's global reach and the prevalence of smart gadgets that can connect to it, making the most of the opportunities offered by technology to improve education so that effective and efficient education is accessible to everyone everywhere will be up to instructional designers and educational technologies. However, there is an opinion out there that said technology could threaten teachers' role. What do you think about that?
I genuinely believe that human teachers will never completely be replaced by technology in the classroom. Do you know Elisa Guerra? She is an expert in education, echoes this sentiment. To claim that technology will replace teachers is like saying that a hammer will replace carpenters. Although it improves lessons, technology is not the lesson itself. Technology doesn't teach, it just supports the teacher. Yes, a machine can swiftly, precisely, and effectively create a piece of furniture. Students, however, are not manufactured pieces of furniture. For students to attain their full potential, human interaction and the artistic touch are necessary. Future teaching will not be based on distant student teacher interactions where the teacher relies on rapport and authority. It won't be about exchanging information in a transactional, one sided manner for submission and deference. In a world driven by technology, outstanding educators who can use creativity, artistry, and empathy in the classroom will be increasingly in demand. The key factor will be how well teachers can relate to and connect with their students.
Wow, I agree. I couldn't be agree more. Teachers who ignore these issues leave themselves extremely open to the coming technological threat. Among the advantages that we have been discussed, which one do you think is the most advantageous?
The ability to put students' knowledge and abilities into practice is one of the biggest advantages of employing technology in education. Through online classes, conversations with teachers, and interaction with other students, students gain useful knowledge. However, it is crucial to put these new abilities into practice. Through a variety of applications, technology enables students to put their newly acquired knowledge into practice. The use of technology in the classroom makes it easier for teachers to provide students a variety of projects and assignments that let them use what they have learned and experienced to solve problems and find solutions to situations. The second best advantage, students can use technology to communicate with others both within and outside of their classrooms. Students are prepared for practically any education by learning how to collaborate on projects utilizing digital resources. Global student collaboration also encourages cultural learning and teaches students how to work with others who are different from them. When utilized appropriately, the internet can offer a great sense of community and support, even though it occasionally can be ugly place filled with hate. The ability for students to learn at their own pace is an additional benefit. When necessary, students can watch the lesson plan videos again to better understand the main ideas. Additionally, teachers can see which students struggle with specific courses and provide the additional support and help using the data provided by these online activities. I think that's all.
Wow, we have discussed a lot. Now let me conclude our discussion. Every student essentially has the world in their hands thanks to technology. Students can readily obtain all the knowledge and resources they require to better understand various topics and succeed in the process with only few clicks. Every student occasionally encounters difficulties with particular topics, but thanks to technology, this is no longer a concern since they can instantly check it up in various search engines or even contact their teachers for further clarification. Thanks to technology, teachers are constantly reachable via email, making it simpler for students to get in touch with them and receive all the support they need. Students also become more engaged and start to take greater ownership of their learning when technology is thoughtfully and smoothly integrated into the classroom. The dynamics of the classroom are changed by effective technology integration, encouraging student-centered project-based learning. Through chat rooms and other available tools, students can swiftly and easily interact with their teachers and fellow students during the learning process without taking up valuable class time. The educational system has been completely altered by modern technology. Anyone who wishes to learn in now is now able to do so from anywhere in the globe at any time and on any subject thanks to the internet enabled classrooms. There is no doubting that our society is moving more toward technology. Learning how to use technology, from self-driving cars to computerized menus, helps students get ready for the future. Early technological education can benefit students' professional and personal development. It is therefore very advantageous for students to keep up to speed with the latest teaching techniques, regardless of whether technology may eventually replace traditional learning. Well, that's it. Thank you so much, Mr. Akram. Do you have anything else to say?
I think your conclusion is more than enough. Hmm.
Okay, then on behalf of my podcast discussion Akram Ahmad, this is Jan Kevin. Thank you for joining us. See you in next episode.
Thank you.